It's 2021, it's weeks past Inauguration Day. This is our inaugural episode. Welcome to Slab City. Hey comic fans, this is Jimmy the Geek Aficionado, and I want to welcome you to our new show. If you're new to the channel, take a minute to click on the like and subscribe button, and let's get ready to have some fun.
Slab City is proud to partner with the Comic Rehab. For all your comic book and magazine cleaning and pressing needs, contact the Comic Rehab, where we breathe new life into your old books. And by Inferno comic stores, specializing in vintage and graded comics. Shop the Inferno at www.infernocomicsstores.com.
Everyone invests their money in one way or another. Some save it in a savings account collecting interest at a bank. Others put their money in their 401k retirement accounts. But what every smart financial advisor is going to tell you is that you need to diversify your portfolio. Common methods of this include stocks and bonds, which are investments in corporations. But if those corporations run into trouble, if they fail, and their stock goes down, you lose money. So, one place that you can put your money to work for you is to invest in assets. Now, assets are items of value that appreciate or go up in value over time. Things like precious metals, gems, priceless antiques, works of art by famous artists, or even comic books. One of the largest benefits to investing in assets is that they're recession-proof, at least mostly. And what I mean by recession-proof is that when the market experiences a downturn or begins to soften and companies begin to lose money, your assets will still increase in value over time. Now, the focus of this series is going to be on graded comics and how they can be treated as assets in a portfolio. To be more specific, on this show, when we talk about comics as assets, we're talking about graded comics, not raw. But we will be talking about how to purchase raw comics and turn them into graded assets. Now, those of you who are new to this might be wondering what I mean by graded or raw. There are third-party grading companies with strong reputations like CGC and CBCS. They evaluate and grade comics based on a standardized grading scale before encapsulating them, a process known as slabbing. Once it's encapsulated, that book remains in that condition, only experiencing slight deterioration over time. This is different from a raw comic that can and will experience significant damage and deterioration over time due to handling and exposure. Non-slabbed books are considered raw, and their condition is in question from one day to the next because of these factors and the subjectiveness of grading by the general public. They're not graded by a third-party grading company. That's why for the purpose of this show, we will only be talking about selling and trading graded books, because we can state their condition to the market and thus guarantee a general value. You're also going to learn about trading terms that are relevant to the process, like liquidity and capitalization. Graded books can be sold relatively quickly at auction sites or other outlets, and thus the asset has been turned into liquid capital, or cash. Liquidity is the ease of a book to be sold and turned into that capital that can be spent for other needs. And this conversion process is known as capitalization. The other portion of the show will be dedicated to market analysis and trends of books being sold. There are various tools available to analyze the values of comics in the marketplace. Most effective are available online. Sites like coverprice.com, Go Collect, GP Analysis, and CGC. Some of them report sales data from different online public sources to show the current and trend value of these books. Some sites also contain articles that talk about trends and speculation in the market. Now, that said, we will be touching on some speculation in this show, but it will strictly be in reference to the market data. I'm not an oracle. I don't read tea leaves. I can't tell you what the next big thing is going to be and when it's going to hit. But I can tell you what the market says, and between that and your own research, you can make your own decisions about what to buy. On the subject of speculation, know that there is a portion of the comic trade that is very volatile. just like any other market. You're going to have safe bets and you're going to have your risks. What I hope to help you with is navigating these risks so that you can make healthy decisions for your asset collection or to make money off of books when they're hot on the market. Marvel Comics, for example, has been extremely hot due to popularity in films and new treatments for Disney Plus, like the Star Wars franchise. This isn't breaking news. This is just a simple fact. Today, I'm going to show you some books that you should be picking up now that haven't popped yet, but are poised to move up fast when the news comes out. Stay tuned for that reveal. So as promised, here are some books that you're going to want to pick up right now while the getting's good on them. They are significant new characters in the Marvel Universe. Some of them have already landed their own shows or movies and will be upcoming, and you're going to want to get them now before that ball really keeps rolling. First up, we saw her in the first Thor, but as we've been teased, there's going to be a new movie called Thor: Love and Thunder that's going to feature Jane Foster, and we're going to see her finally pick up the hammer of Thor. This issue, Thor #1, is the first appearance of Jane Foster as Thor in Marvel continuity. Now, there is a what-if story that has been getting a lot of attention and is solid in its own right. But that value on that book has been going up a lot. This is a book that has not seen significant increases yet, but it's definitely starting to. I was able to pick up this copy for less than $50. In the condition on it, I'm expecting to get a 9.8. So there you go, right? 9.8s are selling in excess of $150 each. That's a big investment, right? That's a big gain that you can get by doing that. And I expect that that's just going to keep going up. Number 2, Amazing Spider-Man Volume 4, number 4. Now, this is the first appearance of Cindy Moon. And for those of you who don't know who Cindy Moon is, she is the character known as Silk. She is the second Spider-Man type character that's not a clone of Peter Parker to show up in the current Marvel universe, right? Miles Morales was the Ultimate Universe and then came over, but Cindy Moon was there first, right? She's a great character that's had a good following, and there's expectations that she could also be getting her own series, or at least show up in some of the new animated series that they've got for Spider-Man, or even in the Homeworlds movie that is upcoming. But it's a character that you definitely want to watch out for. So Amazing Spider-Man number 4 from Volume 4, first appearance of Cindy Moon. Now, these next books, I can't say enough about. First, we're going to show the first appearance here. So this is Invincible Iron Man Volume 2, issue number 7. This is the first appearance of Riri Williams, right? A great character. She becomes Ironheart after Tony Stark disappears in the Marvel Comics. Now, this is the first printing, and at the time that came out, we also had this, which is the Women of Power variant featuring Mary Jane Watson. Because the story at the time is Mary Jane Watson taking over Stark Industries or going to work there. But this book in high grades has commanded significant values. If you have the opportunity, you come across this for a good price, make sure you check your market sheets, make sure you're getting the right deal on it, and you can pick that up. Now, some other things to look at, though, is this. This is the third print of issue number 7. And one of the largest draws to this is that it actually has Riri's face on the cover. So this is classified as the first cover appearance of Riri Williams in comics. So it demands a nice high price. The other one you want to look out for is Invincible Iron Man number 9, which is the first time she actually dons armor. So there you have it. It's a a nice group of books to go out and get as soon as you can if you don't have them already. They're short-term holds, I would say, potentially long-term holds, at least until the news pops. I believe that the values will go up significantly, but then I also believe that they'll cascade down a little bit after the popularity wears off a little bit. But we don't know what's going to go on with these characters just yet, so it's a solid investment to get them now in raw condition, get them slabbed, and hold on to them until you see a period where you think that you want to take those books to market. Or hold on to them, right? As long as you've made an increase in your investment, that's all that matters. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you again on Slab City.